Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Hafiz. Today we're gonna to present about Shell company that we interview with Human Resource Director. So first of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Nursyuhadah Binti Mohamad Sapawi 2729F5 with my group teammate Brian Oscar 268927 and Kiew Chao Min 271311. In this report, we have been interviewed Human Resource Director that was working in Shell company. His name is Shazmi Ali. He is Malaysian worker and currently 49 years old and has experience working in Shell company almost for 25 years. This report, we will focus on interview with Human Resource Director of the company and discuss the problems or issues faced by MNC located in Malaysia and the challenges MNC facing in dealing with international IHRM practices in the origination, especially during pandemic. So first of all, I would like to introduce this company first. So Shell is a great brand name in the region, having a more than 100-year history. Shell is a multinational oil and petrochemical company. Shell is the world's most well-known commercial icon and the world's largest oil corporation, and Shell is operated in United States. So, the year that this company in Malaysia and the timeline. So, from humble beginning in 1891, Shell company have been approximately about 125 years located in Malaysia. Here is the history of 125 years of Shell company. In 1891, it is the first oil storage depots were set up at Strait Settlement Ports in Miri. So in 1963, it's opened a branch in Port Dickson, and in 1987, Shell Middle Distillate Synthesis, the world's first commercial gas to liquids facility, was launched in Bintulu. And in 2011, Shell Business Service Centre (SBSC) Cyberjaya. It is the second biggest of 6 worldwide business services centre. More than 90 countries renovated to a green office in 2011. So here is a little bit of history of Shell company in Malaysia. Next, I'm gonna to talk about local and expatriates employees has in the company. So, Shell is a global group of energy and petrochemical companies with more than 80,000 employees in more than 70 countries all the world. So, based on utilization, so Shazmi Ali said that in his company, which is Shell headquarters located in Cyberjaya, Kuala Lumpur, has overall 4,500 employees with about 40 to 50 employees were expatriates. So Shell Malaysia is one of over 300 Shell companies in the world. So the company has 120-year history and presence in Malaysia.
Greetings to Sir Dr. Hafiz, and my name was Kiew Chao Min, matrix number 271311. And now I will continue my part for the presentation. So, what is sourcing HR for global market? Sourcing HR can be separated become the two parts, which is recruitment and selection. Recruitment and selection are the process of identifying the need for a job, defining the requirement of the position and the job holders, advertising the position, and choosing the most appropriate person for the job. Sourcing HR is very important in an human resource department in a company. So during this process, the talented and potential person will be found during this process. The talented and potential person is very important for a company during the development. They will help giving a support and help the company become more competitive comparing to the other company. So, sourcing HR in Shell can be separated become the two program, which is one is graduate program and virtual phase. So, for the graduate program, Shell will organize one graduate program for the graduate student. They will set out the requirement which is the working experience cannot more than 3 years, and choosing among the graduate student in the multiple campus. The 30 and until the 40 individual will be selected during this program. For the virtual fest, virtual fest is one program organized for Shell before the COVID-19 pandemic happened. The virtual fest is organizers and allowing the student at the US, Australia, and also the local student joining. So totally, the normally yearly student will be joining is 13,000 until 14,000 students will be applying. So it only will select 30 to 40 individuals among the 13,000 and 14,000 students. International compensation. So compensation is also can be recognized as a reward. So the reward can be is reward to the employee since they can contribute to the company. So the contribution can be their time, ability, performance, and also their skill and commitment. So normally the reward can be clearly seen is the salary and wages. Compensation in Shell can be separated into two, which is principal and salary level. The principal compensation in Shell are local, which means the salary paying to the apprentice or local worker are in Ringgit Malaysia. So the salary level will be doing the comparison in the organization in Malaysia. The salary level will based on the position, experience and performance of the worker. So international training and development. So training and development can be known as an education activity or program organized for the workers. So training is a short-term reactive process means for operative and process where development is designed continuous proactive process mean for executive. Training and development in Shell can be separated into two, which is overseas program and e-learning program. OC program is a program organized by Shell before the COVID-19 pandemic happened. The worker who getting the promotion chances will be sent to the overseas and getting the training from the professionalism. However, causing by the happen of the COVID-19 pandemic, e-learning can be using to do the training and development for the workers. The usage of computer is very important while the e-learning are using. During the e-learning, the meeting will be doing among the workers and the trainer, and the video will be launching teaching how the program will be showing to the worker. That's all my part. Thank you.
My name is Brian Oscar. My metric number is 268927, and today I'm here to present my part. And I'm accompanied by two of my group mates, Kiew Chao Min and Nursyuhadah Binti Mohamad Sapawi. So today I'm going to talk about international labor relations. International labor relations is a category that comprises of small portions such as industrial relations, unions, and collective bargaining in an international context. The history of international labor relations started in 1919 when the International Labour Organization was created by part of the 11 of the Versailles Peace Treaty ending World War I. The labor relations are used to define the process between employers and employees, management and unions in order to make decisions in organizations. The decision taken refer to wages, working conditions, hours of work, and safety at work, security, and grievances. So during the interview session that I did with Sir Shazmi, who works at Shell, and he has been working there for a long time, the answer that we got about the international labor relation surprised me and my groupmates. So based on his words, the Malaysia labor relations are more important. The repatriation of expatriates are allowed during the pandemic of COVID-19. However, fantastic medical system in Malaysia helped Shell during the managing of the repatriation of expatriates. So the expatriates are not it's not compulsory for them to, getting back to their home country. Besides that, the situation in Europe, the side of Europe during the pandemic was more serious compared to Malaysia. So therefore, the expatriates had to stay in Malaysia and were more safe in Malaysia. Some number of Malaysians who were expatriates who were based overseas remained at the country since the medical facilities were good. For the medical facilities which were not good in some countries, they had to fly back to Malaysia. The decision did by Shell has shown the processional when managing the expatriates during the pandemic. The healthcare by them were not allowed by the expatriates to expose themselves to danger. A healthy expatriate can create more wealth and contribute to the development of a company. The expatriates who stay in Malaysia are getting more treatment fairly during this pandemic. So the challenges which are faced by the NMCs. So when pandemic COVID-19 hit the world, it changed people's outlook on many things, and it changed everyone's reality overnight. It changed everything from individuals, cities, economies, industries, countries, and continents. All of these dimensions have experienced the stun and the fear of the unknown. Directors or management teams have had to make a number of decisions in a short period of time, including who should stay at work and who should go home, how and where people should be transferred into advanced space, and what the demands are and how they should be communicated to representatives. The COVID-19 epidemic has forced a large number of workers to work from home who are already stressed by the health danger. A survey was done looking into the situation in Malaysia, and 87% of HR executives said HR had a key role in the COVID-19 response. However, additional problems are expected to emerge in the next 12 to 24 months, with predictions that 13% of the workforce will be laid off, 30% will continue to work from home, and 47% of the workforce will need to be reskilled or upskilled to meet the new reality. So, such as me, a worker who works at Shell that we interviewed, shared to us about the Shell dealing with the situation. He told us the biggest challenge about the pandemic is a lot of people don't know what they need to do. People need to learn fast and adapt to the changes of the world. In Shell's, his colleagues from all over the world contribute to this challenge. As an international company, Shell could learn from everybody in an organization in different countries and take best practices from different markets and apply to the Malaysian experience. So how are MNCs dealing with this arising problem? So programs like cooking classes, yoga programs, and how to manage children are held by companies in order to remove the stress faced by employees. They need to make sure that their employees are safe as well, because their safety is also a priority to the company. Tools and practice are needed to be developed and make sure the employees' conditions are good. The management team also needs to make sure employees are not stressed and they're still happy while they cannot see them face to face. Giving employees a choice on whether they want to work from home or come to work is also one of the methods that MNCs are using in order to deal with this type of problems. The use of therapy during this period for employees, companies hire therapists in order to gauge where the mental health of the employees is at. So that's all for me today, and this was my part. Thank you very much.
So finally, we can get information about how to evaluate the problem and issue faced by the Shell located in terms of human resource function, challenges that Shell is facing in dealing with international human resource practices, and how Shell company deal with such issue and challenges to resolve the arising problem. When it came to sourcing, Shell had to manage with the workers they had, as they needed someone with an experience in the field. So in conclusion, because of the pandemic, it was difficult to find workers, to organize training and development for workers, so to review remuneration and to challenge in dealing with international human resource management practices. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, it would have been affected, but we learned that there are ways to overcome the problem. Despite of the difficulties, there was a solution for the problem.